Today we will be discussing what happened on December 21st, 2020. We thought it a perfect day. It has given us an entire week to digest what has occurred, but also outside is storming, and you might hear that in the background noise as the sea is quite turbulent and the wind galing. You would think with such temporal conditions that the earth must be angry, but she is not, we reassure you. What happened on the day of the solstice? We can describe it in many ways. Awakening of the Christ consciousness here on earth, the upgrades and activations within many individuals, the opening of the matrix, and allowing the Christ consciousness to be anchored and to surround the earth to help others awaken. Did something shockingly magical happen for individuals? Yes, for some it did. Did the day seem to go by as though nothing had changed? Yes, for some also. Are there those who may not be affected at all by this? Yes, sadly that is true. So what happened? We've had people asking this. Our question to them is simply, what were you doing in the days, weeks, and day of leading up to the event? Were you doing your practices? Were you getting prepared? If you weren't and the day passed like no other day and you don't know because you didn't feel anything in particular, well, that's yours. You own that. It was your responsibility. Fifth dimensional consciousness, choosing to live from a space of the heart center, the higher heart center, and with unconditional love, to live within that frequency, to choose it, to consciously choose it, is exactly that, a choice. And now it is being made accessible to us much easier. We felt very good on the day of the 21st. We did all of our practices. We joined in our groups for activations and conscious creation. It was a beautiful day. But did we find that there was anything strikingly magical that shifted and changed that very day? No. What happened the next day? Well, we woke up the same way, continued with our morning routine. It was after when we decided to do our first energetic practice. How fast we were able to connect, how incredibly amplified it was, how powerful it was, and how giddy we became, filled with joy, happiness, laughter, and a bit of surprise, because we expected the next day or the coming days to simply bring about easier access to the fifth dimensional frequency and the Christ consciousness, choosing to live that and being supported in that. We understand that for others around the world, that it's a pinnacle point, as it was leading up to 2012 for many people to have that awakening. We knew that that was also going to happen in this world. It was really about lifting the veil of illusion that cloaks the earth and opening up that matrix, allowing people to access truth, to awaken, to step into the space where we already dwell. We did not expect to have such a profound shift in our own energetic experience. We are calm and settled now. While it would have been very nice to have continued that particular frequency, and as it unfortunately left us not wanting to associate with other human beings. So as we integrated it and it calmed down, we found ourselves able to leave the house and go for our walks along the sea and to simply be. Overall experience is the ability to connect faster, to expand faster, quicker, easier, more powerfully, to raise our frequency with pure intention. Know that it is a quantum field that you are in. Remember that in every now moment you take, you have the ability to consciously create, to consciously choose. Intention is extremely important. Your intention in what it is that you want to experience, wish to experience, ask to experience, your intention, that which you wish to create, that which you wish to feel, are powerfully supported right now. And this is how we'll use this word manifest. This is how you manifest, how it is you in fact create on this new earth with intention. And that intention takes focus, and you must practice it. You must bring that attention into your life, feeling it, integrating it, and practice that until it becomes your total reality in every now moment. As we around the globe now have even more access to the other dimensions and all of the support that we have from the divine beings of light that are here with us, including to our true self, the divine self, we would like to encourage everyone as they do their practices, intend to see, to imagine, to feel. For we have found that our inner vision, our ability to dream and visualize, has been amplified. Not just the ability to see things with our eyes open, but the magical world once we close our eyes, seeing between the layers. It is not 3D. It is not this simple three-dimensional plane. It goes far beyond that. Choose to see that. Choose to be touched by that. We looked out our window just moments before deciding to sit down and record this. As our eyes were opened, as we looked out and watching the sea and the wind and listening to these sounds, we closed our eyes. What seemed like for just a moment, and we saw a different world outside our window. It was I would call it an upgraded version of what it is we see. The inner vision saw something far more beautiful. Understanding that we can bring these sorts of things into our reality. And while it might not be the experience of the person walking down the street next to you, it will be your experience. For you are living that, you are consciously creating. So for some, it was like a magic switch. Some have experienced this just upon waking up, and they went straight into that energy. For ourselves personally, we went into our practice, connected to that energy, and it was like a light switch being turned on, something that connected us very quickly, amplified it, and a good way to express this, it blew our socks off. Now, just because that date has passed doesn't mean you've missed it. Let us reassure you that is not the case. We now encourage each of you to do your practices. This is daily from now for months to come, until you can experience a life where you are more peaceful, happy, loving, self-loving, compassionate, where you feel positive, hopeful, and where you are connected to this divine sense of knowing that everything is in fact going to be all right, and that you are a part of the creators that will ensure everything is all right. But no one's going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. We'll leave you with this. Someone had shared, and we liked this, as though it were the second coming of Christ. The Savior is born here on earth, as it was the Star of Bethlehem, the conjunction, as many referred to it, that occurred on December 21st. Only that it is not an ascended master, a human form coming to save everyone so that you can, excuse the harshness, be lazy and continue to play the victim, expecting someone else to save you and do the work for you. It has come in the form of Christ consciousness and your access to it. And it means now, much as in the biblical story of Jesus himself, he went off for years and years and years to study, to learn, and to be the enlightened master that he was. It means that you have to do that now too. Daily practices. Now, you don't have to practice like the Shaolin monks who do it for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day. But take time every day, even if just a few minutes. We recommend more. Now is the time. Connect with the inner self. Connect into the higher heart chakra. Connect with the energy of the true self, the divine source of all that there is, and to Mother Nature, to this beautiful earth, and all the wonderful blessings, richness, and energy that she has. She supports you. Intend to be a part of the conscious creation of the new earth. Anchor and expand the Christ consciousness. It means living from pure, unconditional love. That frequency expands. It expands your dimensions. It expands your energy. It expands your consciousness. This is truly a time of you will reap what you sow. You are so supported and so loved in all of this. Do your work. Do your practices every day. We've given you some tools, and there are so many other teachers out there. Be conscious about your thoughts. What are you creating? How are you feeling? Get into that space. Let go. Let go of those things that weigh you down. Let go of any hate or anger, regret, including sorrow, and step into the frequency of love. Love for yourself and love for all others. Create from this space.